So what I have here is a Huion Inspiroi H610Pro V2 creative pen tablet. I've used a few of these in the past. The last one I had, I was 17 and it was about this big, about 15 years ago. So I bought a new one, and this was only $80. I ordered it while I was stuck in quarantine to give me something to do, and it only took 2-3 weeks to get to me from China. What you get in the box, apart from the tablet, which I've got here, there's a few marks on it already. You get the pen and a pen holder, so there's your little pen and a pen holder, like that. And the little baggie it came in. You get one of these little half finger gloves, so you know you put that on and it kind of covers half your hand. A little guide on how to use it. So just a little thank you. It looks like there's a driver in here, but there isn't. It's just telling you where to download the driver from, which is huiondownloads.com/download. So and it's got a little manual in there as well to kind of tell you what you're doing. In the other side here, there was the pen, a little what's this, C-type connector adapter, which is type C, and just a regular old another adapter, but this is a micro USB type C. Well, it's blue plug anyway, it wouldn't be type C. Okay, that's what we've got in these. That's what's in the box. But we'll get to the pen now, but that's the important thing. As you can see, it's quite a large tablet. Like I was saying, my previous one was only, you know, about that big. It's a tiny little thing. And this one here has some soft buttons across the top here. So each one of these 16 tabs across the top here you can use for a function. You've got, and a bunch of buttons here which are all assignable as well. So I'll just plug this in. It comes with its own USB cable, but this one here is just at hand. Micro USB, makes it easy. Bit-bit-a-boo. Untangle that from my computer. There we are. So here we are. So this should all be ready to go now. You know it's working when you move your cursor over and it goes green. So that's something. So now we'll just jump over and look at the screen as we got here. This is the Huion tablet software that gets installed. As you can see, I've got my pen here. You've got different screens, so I've got 2 different screens running. So I've got display 1, which is running OBS, so I can record the screen, and screen 2, which is running the actual display I've got up here. You got your area here. This is the pad size. What you can do is make it full area, which is all displays. So you'll go across both screens like this, which kind of throws the aspect out a bit. You can do it like that, but your cross action is going to be shorter than your up and downwards action, so your horizontal is going to be shorter than vertical action. So I'll stick to the main screen, which is my number 1. That's how I've got it set up anyway. You also have these here, so you've got your Control Z, which is the first button up here. You've got Eraser, which is the next one, if I look at the next one. E for eraser, then pen, zoom in, zoom out, pen size plus, pen size minus, and move, so drag hand. These are all useful, all set up, so when you're using Photoshop, which I'm running in the background, that's how they work. These ones across the top here are also configurable. So I've got this one here because it's set to Control Shift S, so I've got Save As, for example. Or you go to number 2, and that's set to B, C, D. So these are the default ones I haven't done anything with. What you also have is digital pen, so you can actually adjust what the pen does. It's got buttons on the pen itself, so you've got one down here and one. So there's 2 buttons underneath this on the side of the pen. So you've got right mouse button and you've got E. So what we also got here, you know, I've adjusted the curve slightly just to work better with me. So as you see here, I can get quite fine and then go really thick. So that's just how that is. So that's all fine with me. So I'll just close that. I don't need that open anymore. And we have a look here at new in Photoshop. We'll go make it just a regular old full page. So let's get this going in the middle. There we are. So I can do everything here just by clicking and dragging like that. One problem I find on this, which I didn't have on another pad, on one of the other tablets I've used, is you can move your hand across, then you come back again and it bounces. If you want to just drag like that to get to somewhere in the middle, it doesn't do that, it just bounces backwards and forwards. So that's a bit of a problem it's probably adjustable in the settings, I just haven't worked that out yet. But also, let's have a look at this. When I first installed this, the X and Y axis, so the horizontal and vertical axis, were twisted 90 degrees. So I did film a little bit of that, so I put some of that up. It was all sideways, but once I installed the drivers, it was fine like that. It was just the way Windows picked it up straight away. So let's have a look. It is pretty simple. It's very, you can get your drawing like that, if I wanted to draw something. If I don't like that, I just press the undo button, it goes away. If I need a bigger pen size, I can press the plus pen. And it gets bigger and bigger. So then we go gentle, and then we go big old fat line like that. So again, undo it, bring the pen size down. I'll get it back on the screen so I can see it. Something like that. So yeah, it's just like an ordinary tablet. It doesn't, well, you can sometimes have an eraser on the end, so you just flip the pen over and it works as eraser. This doesn't do that. You can just press the E button. Oh, that's the right click, E button, which is elsewhere. So I can get E button like that, and it goes to eraser. But it doesn't go back to pen, so that's one thing. So if you want to erase it, you can do that, but you don't go back to pen. This is eraser, done. Back to pen. So you can write all sorts of things like that. If I write the word John like that, easy, I can erase it. One click at a time. If I want to draw, say, a face, you can do really badly. The way I draw anyway. There's a bit of a face there, you can see a person. So there, you can draw quite quickly with this. If I want to get thicker lines, I can hold it down harder and it'll give me thicker lines. I don't like that, I undo it. So this is just a bit of an example of this tablet. The one thing I had with this, when I first got it, I'll have to zoom in on this camera here. When I first got this, I don't know if it was me or not, but I have this tiny little scratch here on it. So I don't know if that was me or not. It doesn't do anything, this little tiny scratch doesn't really do anything. You don't feel it at all, and it's not really anywhere on the screen that I use, as you can see where my mouse is pointing. So it doesn't really bother me that much. It's just, I don't know where it came from. There's no other scratches or marks on this at all. So I don't know if that was me, maybe it might have been my ring, I don't know. But as soon as I opened it, it was there. You can't feel it, you can't even scratch on it like that, nothing's there. It's just a mark on it. It doesn't affect it. I just thought it was a bit funny. So it's been a good tablet since I got it. For $85, $80, it was pretty good. For the rough size, here's a sheet of paper. So as you see, this is A4 paper. It's almost as big as that, Yes, it's a little bit out. It's the actual size of the whole pad, 353 millimeters by 245 millimeters. And then the active area, so the size of the pad, is 25.4 centimeters by 15.8 centimeters. So it's a pretty large area for active pad. And these buttons on the sides are very helpful. It does have replacement nibs, so inside this little holder thing, you unscrew the top, there's your replacement nibs. And the way you get them off the end of the, when they wear out on the end of your thing, you stick it in the hole at the bottom. It's actually got instructions on the bottom there. Don't know if that's visible, but there's instructions there on the bottom. You stick the pen in, and you pull it out, and there it is. And then these just pop back in again. They kind of lock in, just put them in the hole, and they lock back in. Like that. As long as this green light is on, if you touch that, it will click. So I think this is really good. So if you're thinking of getting one, I got mine off AliExpress, but I'm sure they're all over the place. I just didn't see any information on these out there, so I thought I'd just do a quick video to show what they're like. But yeah, until next time, adios.